Hello, Dayspring Dreamers. I am starving, and I just got this little $5 sushi thing from the Winco. They do discounts on Wednesdays, where it's to $5. It doesn't smell that great, but I've had it before, and I really do enjoy it. It's just that tomorrow it expires, but it's cooked, and so I don't really feel like it'll be a big deal. While I was there, $1. I got a Green Dragon energy drink. Look how much caffeine that has. 257 milligrams for the illiterate among us, which if you're watching this video, I'm sure you just might be in those ranks. But here we got that. Isn't that a crisp crack? That's good. That's good. What have I been up to lately? It's been a while since I made a mukbang, but I've still been doing shit. Most recently, I went to Austin, kind of accidentally, and I went to South by Southwest. Accidentally. I heard that it might be being boycotted or something, but I didn't spend any money, so I feel like it's all right. One of my besties had some of his besties come in from Ireland, from Dublin, into Austin, and he was like, "Hey, let's go hang out." And I tagged along for that, and we were like, "Hey, let's go hang out in Austin. You know, it'll be this whole thing for us. We'll make a day of it." And so we did. We drove there, spent a night in a cheap hotel, and went to the shows and stuff, and had a really good time, and hung out with the artists and stuff. And I feel like, you know, there's a chance for me. There's a chance for me because we met a lot of New Yorkers, and maybe I can get to New York. My older brother, Demetrius, says that when World War III comes, there will be a big tsunami that'll hit and wipe out New York. And he told me I shouldn't spend too much time in New York City. But I told him when it's time for me to get taken out, it's time for me to get taken out. And talking to him and just talking to people generally who've helped me unpack some of my shit, I'm starting to think, maybe after all, it was psychosis. Maybe I was experiencing psychosis. Whether or not it was, though, I don't really care that much. Because, I was processing shit that I needed to process in the only ways that I knew how. And you know what? Who the fuck are even you, This is really good. This is the Crunch California roll. Oh, by the way, if y'all been keeping up, you know that I've had some struggles with T-Mobile and paying my phone bill and stuff. And I have a solution for that, actually. I sold all of my records, and I'm going to be selling my record player on Facebook Marketplace, and also new phone. Check this out. It's like Vertigo Era. You can watch YouTube on it. Check this out. You can do anything on this. I don't even know why people are still on iPhone. Flip phone can do everything. I want to show you some apps on flip phone. This is a radio that allows me to listen to music from any radio station in the world. I can listen to any song from anywhere. Here is Massager, and you can do all sorts of things with this. Let me see there. You can do constant, simple, or pattern. I'm going to do pattern, and here you see there are all these different types of patterns. I'm going to do splash, and you do that. Okay, I just need to. Okay, I got to click start. See that? It's to massage your back. Here, there's a geography game. This game is pretty fun. It's to test your geography. I'm going to do 5 questions. Which country is Prague the capital of? That's Czechia, easy. Tokyo, that's Japan. Kuwait dinar is the currency of what country? That's Kuwait, yeah. Which of the following countries is a neighbor of the Ivory Coast? I'm going to say probably Liberia, because Libya is nowhere fucking near that. If that's the... Alright. My geography skills are incredible. And, you know, I have some flaws, sure. I have some flaws. Geography, that ain't one of them. That ain't one of them. I'm not your typical American, some may say. I know about geography. One thing that surprised me is that the Irish people we were hanging out with didn't know that much about geography. And I was like, well, fuck. You know, I'm supposed to be the stupid-ass fucking American. You're usurping my role, my God-given right. I kind of want to go to New York, live in New York, do weird shit in New York, vlog in New York, have fun in New York, make songs in New York, and that can be like the new Lizzie Lone Star formula. Me doing my shit. I am going to be going to Chicago pretty soon here, in just a little bit. My friend's flying me out. Old friend. Step sibling of some fucking ops of mine. If you know the deep lore of this channel, you'll know it. Goddamn, for $5, you really can't do much better. And this here, it's a $1 energy drink. Now, I'm sure everyone watching this channel, at least my Denton friends, already knows how great Winco is. It's worker owned too. But on the off chance someone doesn't, and someone lives near a Winco, the price is there. Unbeatable. The produce isn't the best, but it's not terrible. And it's gotten better. Yeah, Winco, that you're all right with me. You know, I feel like right now I'm given kind of non-binary, which that's not me, but it's just like I feel such a constant, you know, I feel like I have to constantly be putting on high fem. You know, I have to constantly be doing high fem. And, you know, that's just not realistic to anyone's soul. You know what I mean? Like, I am a woman, and sometimes, you know, I just gotta fucking exist, and just let my pits smell. You know what I mean? I don't like having to constantly perform a consumable mode of femininity, which is acceptable. You know, I don't think I'm non-binary. I don't think I'm non-binary just because I start talking like my mama, just because I start acting like my mom. You know, you know, I have a full, robust soul. You know, I have a whole human soul, and I have polarities and contradictions and love and light, and I am a woman. But, you know, I'm not constantly trying to fucking present a, you know, an image. But, you know, I do disgust myself whenever I'm not totally in my feminine. Because I do enjoy that energy most of all. I love being high femme. These are things which I quite naturally gravitate towards. And quite naturally have it go through me. I've just been feeling so dysphoric. I've been feeling pretty dysphoric lately. But I'll tell you one thing. You know, it might be because I got clocked so much in Austin. You know, I got clocked so much. There was this one Australian guy who was being kind of weird. And he wanted to go hang out with us. And it was when our Irish contacts were out, you know, helping the show go off without a hitch. And we were waiting for them to be done. We were all pretty tired, but wanted to keep hanging out a little bit. And then we had the ride home because we were going to be driving home immediately after that at like 2, 3 a.m. Trying to make it to the airport in Dallas at 6 a.m. to pick up our friend who was getting back from the Pacific Northwest. And while we were hanging out there waiting for our Irish friends to be done with the show, there was this one French guy, and then there was this one Australian guy. Now, the French guy I did kind of fuck with, but that Australian guy, you know, he was into me, and I was thinking, you know, I'll entertain this, see where this goes. You know, maybe I'll get an apartment out of it. And didn't really go like that, though. He kept calling me man. He kept, you know, while also being, you know, very into me and stuff. And it was very terrible. And at the end, and he kept wanting us to go with him, you know, him and his French friend, go with him. And we were like very insistent, like, no, we're waiting for our Irish friends. We need our Irish bodyguards. And I honestly wouldn't have been safe going with these strangers without our Irish friends. And like the club they wanted to go to was closed anyways. It was like 1:30. Everything closes at 2. That place was already closed. And essentially the Aussie guy kept being like, all right, yeah, man, trying to hug me. And then I was like, I'm not a man. And then he's like, yeah, whatever you say, like kind of trying to be flirty, but also just totally demeaning. And he was, I just looked at him like, and that kind of made him back off. Because I have looks that can kill. You better believe. And then, you know, I was waiting just on the ground, and no one else like really seemed like who I was with heard that or really seemed to care, and they all wanted to go with this person. I was like, I don't want to go with that person. But it turned out they just didn't hear what was going on. But I wish they had listened to me when I was talking about it more, because it seemed like they were like, didn't really even take it seriously. But I know that they did, because we talked about it later. But then I was talking with other people about it, and then also what didn't help is that I got really high. I got pretty high. Like, we were dancing and going, I was going kind of crazy in the pit during the show. And at the end of the pit, we got a pit picture. Someone took a group picture for the people in the pit. And one of the guys we were talking with, and I was like, hey, you got any weed? And then he was like, no, I got some in my hotel room though. And I was like, you know, we're trying to leave around 2 or 3 a.m. or something, but you know, I don't know, maybe. And then he was like, oh, wait, I got some in my bag. And I was like, oh, thank God. And he's like, it's a pin though. And then I tried to hit it, but I didn't know if I hit anything. But so I kept pulling, and then I exhaled and a lock came out, and I was like, oh shit. But I noticed that he wasn't looking at me. He was embroiled in some other conversation. So I was like, you know, I'm going to hit this again and do it for a really long time. So I did that. And cast that aside, that pin aside, and was just really high for the rest of the day. An Irish friend of mine, when I was sitting down really high, having getting, you know, kind of clocked the entire night, and then that most recent thing being pretty bad. And he said, like, you can't sweat the small stuff and let the small stuff get you down. And I was like, it's not small to me. But then I was thinking, you know what? He's kind of right. I'm here. I'm in Austin. You know, I'm gonna have a good time. And then we rode on scooters. I rode on his back, and other friends rode on other people's back, and we went all through the streets and stuff really late at night, and there's like no one on the streets, and we drove through the streets of Austin on the scooter to Raising Cane's, where I met up with more of the artists who previously I had gotten Whataburger with. And then at the show, you know, the main person, she gave me a plastic rose. She called me up from the stage, and I was like, me? Because she asked if anyone in the crowd was heartbroken, and I went, and she's like, kinda, and I was like, and then she called me up, and I got a rose, and that was really cool. But yeah, what else is there to say, really? Had a crazy time in Austin. Now I got a flip phone, and I am drinking this energy drink. Has a lot of caffeine. I've been getting kind of too crazy on the energy drinks. I've been trying to cut back. I have been trying to cut back. I had 3 one day, and a friend of mine said, Eliza, how many of those have you had today? And 3. That's what I was like. And then he was like, why do you need them? And I was like, I don't know. And it was really shameful. But today I'm only having this one, and it just has a lot of caffeine, so I'm saving money. It's $1. This is actually a really good deal, so I might just start doing this in the future. Anyways, it's been getting kind of worse with nicotine. I'm in a little bit of a Nick fiend phase, I'll say. I like smoking cigarettes. I like chewing on Zins, and I like hitting vapes. I hit a lot of vape over the Austin trip. I hit a lot of vape. Anyways, Dayspring Dreamers. It's been a while since we did a mukbang together. But I still love the format. I fuck with it. I don't know if you fuck with it, but you take care. You chill. You behave. You like and comment. You give me money, alright? I love money. Yes, I do. I love money, and I'll be true. If you give me money, I swear that it will make me happy. I wanna be happy too. Want it you? It'll make you happy, whoop-dee-doo, to give me money. I love money. It can buy things. I love money all day. Yes, yay. Money, money, forevermore. Money, 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 money. Give me money, please. These songs haven't worked at all so far. No one's given me money at all. but I like to do them because I think it's a good bit. Money, 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 money. Give me money, please. Give me money, please. Give me money, please. Today!